Sweet Potato Gingerbread Mead Part 2. I'm Phil, this is Phil with Facts, and on today's episode we're going to be tasting and racking our Sweet Potato Gingerbread Mead. So last time I started a Sweet Potato Gingerbread Mead. If you'd like to see that recipe, or see how we got here, please watch that video first. That'll make this video make a lot more sense. Anyway, so on first inspection, it looks like, I should start by saying this one was very active. It took off right away, and I'm sure it finished fermentation after a few days. The airlock is now on neutral pressure, which doesn't mean it's done. It's just a good sign that it's slowed down. It's clearing out a little bit, and I don't see any active signs of fermentation left in this vessel. So the first thing we're going to do is open it up. Take our fancy label and put it to the side for now. Don't need this anymore. And I'm just going to take a quick reading and see where we're at. So I have a hydrometer, a graduated cylinder, and a turkey baster. Really simple stuff. Try to get below the clumps, but not so low that you get the lease. And we're at a 1.000. So being that we started at 1.080, I'll calculate it a little bit later, but we're looking at a roughly 11% alcohol by volume, maybe 12%. Pretty cool. All right, so how about a little taste? So on the nose alone, you get sweetness from the honey, you get the spices, interesting. So because of the banana in there, and I guess the sweet potatoes themselves, it has a residual sweetness that is really nice, actually. It's not sweet. There's no sugar left in here, but it still tastes sweet. The acids are nice. I wouldn't want to add any more acid at this point. The spices don't really come through, though. So, I think we're going to rack. I already have a sanitized clear cardboard right here. If you pour this right into here, I'm going to kick up all the extra lees and just make it much harder than it has to be. And this is only around 10 days old, if that. There's still plenty of gas and stuff inside to make it, to kind of keep it protected and safe. So, we just need to elevate this above where this vessel is going to be. Because I have an auto siphon, or a gravity siphon. And it only works if one vessel is elevated and the other one isn't. You put the hose. Alright, so simple enough. You put the siphon about halfway down. There is a cap on the end. I leave the cap on if there's a lot of lease on the bottom. Give it a good couple of pumps and let it go. Riveting TV, I know. So at some point you have to figure out how greedy do you want to be. There's a lot of things in here, and at some point it's just going to be picking up sludge. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting anything else out of here. So, okay, not bad. We still got a decent-sized gallon of product, which is... See, when you actually take time to do the math and write a recipe out and figure out how much is going to equal how much, you actually get the results you were looking for. Phenomenal, I know. Just goes to show, don't be lazy about it. Anyway, I want to add a few things to this at this point. We're now going into secondary fermentation. At secondary fermentation, there should be no more fermenting. This was a 1.000, and I'm not adding any more sugar. Can it go a little bit more? Yeah, but at the 11-12% range, there's probably not enough ethanol to displace the hydrometer that much. So I'm thinking it's going to stay where it's at. So it really does look like mead. Like when I picture like the Vikings with their mugs or their horns, and like that's what I kind of picture, that cloudy, honey-colored. It's really cool. However, I kind of want to clear it. That's just where I'm going, where my mind is. So I'm going to add another half teaspoon each of pectic enzyme, and amylase enzyme. Is it absolutely necessary? No. It's not absolutely necessary, but it will help this clear out faster and cleaner because there's starches and pectin inside the fruits and stuff we brewed with that will not naturally just displace or fall out of solution. Now, next thing I want to do, I want this to sit on spice for a couple more weeks at least. So I'm adding 2 more cinnamon sticks and 2 more cloves, putting them right in. Again, they're not going to ferment at this point. All it's going to do is, over time, extract the spicy essence from it. There's enough ginger in here. I can absolutely taste the ginger. I can't taste the other spices, making it more of a ginger mead, which, while lovely, was not what I was going for. And the last thing I'm going to add is 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. Now, while I know it added a little color, it's not adding much. And it's not there for even a lot. This is going to add a wonderful aroma, and it's going to smooth out all of the other flavors. Already, just the smell of it has changed significantly because of a little bit of vanilla extract. This is going to be a dessert mead. We're going to want it to be a little sweet, and we're going to want it to have really good dessert flavors. And that vanilla extract is going to make a world of difference. Now, add a stopper, preferably one that fits on the carboy you're using, and an airlock. Is the airlock absolutely critical at this stage? It is and it isn't. This is going to be degassing over the next few weeks. This is going to allow those gases to escape when they start to build up. There's no active fermentation, so it's not so much of a critical thing. It's just more of a, I'd rather be safe than sorry. And I have so many airlocks, it doesn't really matter. And there we go. We have wrapped our sweet potato gingerbread mead. Really cool recipe, this one, and coming out really nicely so far. I'm thinking we give this another week or 2, maybe a little bit longer. Taste it again. See how the spices are developing. Once it's spiced enough, we'll pretty much be ready. If you liked this video and want to see more like it, please hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. If you have anything you'd like me to go over in more detail, leave a comment. I'd be happy to answer any. And until next time, guys, I am Phil. This is Phil with Facts, and enjoy.